Mhm. Hey Gino, how you doing? I want to spend some time in the video so you can kind of watch it over and over again if you choose to on this subject of let's transition from learning scales, learning positions to actually making melody. Uh, and I gave you kind of my stab at an example of that, which is what I just finished. So let's talk about it just for a second. In the Band in the Box, that's really not a song. That's just some chords. Actually, Band in the Box created those chords. So um, if you ever if you ever want to reinvest in a good, solid computer system and stick Band in the Box back on there, it really is a help because there's your accompaniment. You don't have to worry about that. Now, this song is in B flat. So basically, I got the mood of the song. You can't improvise unless you've got some vocabulary to work with. Now, we have already worked on the vocabulary. We've got our major scales down, we've got our pentatonic scales down, we're getting some arpeggios down. Now it's time to shift. Take that vocabulary and speak with it. We're not going to play the Webster Dictionary to an audience. We're just not going to do that. But we needed to learn that so we have vocabulary to select from. So how do we go about thinking about that? Well, first thing is I got the mood of the song. I can hear that this is a very ballad, romantic kind of song. So from my vocabulary, I want some kind of hook. Hook. So I chose this. I could have chose anything. I mean, there's a bazillion of them, you know. Now, where did I get this hook? I slid into it because it just sounds romantic, you know. All right, so if I go back to the major scale, no problem. So there's my vocabulary from which I selected. Now, once I have that little ditty, that little hook, whatever you want to call it, that little lick, phrase, people call it different things. I am going to keep coming back to that and back to that and back to that. Just like you hear in a real song, they just keep coming back to the same old thing. Repetition. Okay. Now, I ended up somewhere over here. But that's when the song got all exciting. But it's the same little lick, just octave higher. So, now I have a question and an answer. I've set a hook, but now I gotta build some water around. I don't know what the metaphor I'm looking for. So where am I gonna get that from? Well, I'm gonna go to my vocabulary and get. I'm either gonna do a pentatonic, a major scale, an arpeggio, whatever I know. So here's what I am not going to do. Let me put my backing track on. Here's what I am going to avoid at all costs. So let me play it. Even though it's going to be correct, I'm not going to do this. I'm not, just not. Okay, enough of that. You get the point. You get the point. So I'm playing correct notes, but there's no space in it. There's no. I mean, it's just like that, 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 that. So let me start it over again, and I'm going to maybe. So I'm going to just sit down like I'm talking. I got my favorite lady in front of me. Now, play both of those back. And again, this is not me showing off, because I tell you the truth, I'm not anywhere close to professional, but I'm just sharing the concept that listen back to both of those improv examples, and you tell me which one you want to listen to. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how to get to the improv part without going through the vocabulary building part. And this is where we are. You should be quite proud of all the work you've laid down to get your scale positions together and to get your arpeggios together. But nobody wants to hear the B flat major scale. I did. Nobody wants to hear that. But you got to know that, or you don't have vocabulary to select from. Let's see if I can come up with another one. Let me see it. So last time I played, let me see if I can come up with another one. That sounds like My Funny Valentine. So you will start to hear little songs come out. Keep your hooks short because the audience is a subconscious thing. They connect to you and they're giving you 10 minutes of applause, but they don't exactly know why they're doing it. They just felt it. But we know why they're doing it. You go back to my little ditty I just played. First time the audience hears that, they're like, huh? What is that? What? A little variation on the hook. Right? And the next time I said, now don't try to copy that. Make up your own hooks. There's a zillion of them. Once you just sit around and doodle and noodle at the guitar, and all I'm using is the B flat major scale to come up with this stuff. But once you come up with something you like, keep going back to it. Now, some people teach that if I put this backing track on, and you were a scat singer, what would you sing? I mean, let's try that. If you were just Al Jarreau or somebody, what would you be? If you just hummed it, ba 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 ba. Ba, 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 now, if you can hum it, you can play it. Ba, 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 ba. Let me see it. You know that? I think it was something like that I played. So, now I just found another ditty. There are bazillions of them. So you don't have to memorize licks. It's hard enough to memorize doggone songs. That means you're free. You're free out here on the guitar. 1, 2, 3. Well, there's my original. Let's go back to it. Hit it again. Oh, I went kind of faster. I'll tell you why in a minute. Hear that lick again? Phrase is coming around again. Same phrase, different rhythm. Nice arpeggio there. Repetition. Now, one thing that's not good about YouTube backing tracks is because they don't give you these phrase segments. So you don't know when to bring the hook in because, I mean, it's good to learn your scales on, it's good to learn your arpeggios on, but see, Band in the Box is giving me clearly phrased out songs. There's an A section, there's a B section, there's another A section. So I can hear the song moving through, and I said, oh, A section's coming back around. You better believe I'm going to hit my hook again. Whatever it was. So these, if you're gonna go to YouTube and try this, what you need is a whole song backing track rather than like a 251 or a 3625, because you don't get the bridge part, you don't get the A part and the B part. The bridge part kind of go away from the hook. The bridge part, or the release, some people call it, should be clearly distinct. Don't touch the hook in the bridge. Go to something new. And that means when you come out of the bridge back into your A section, that hook is going to be so satisfying because you set it up, you teed it up. Now all you got to do is get your driver out and hit it. Now, that hopefully moves you to this kind of playing. Now, I'll say one thing about equipment. In my studio, I have a jazz guitar speaker. I just don't ride. I keep my strings changed out. They're fresh. Sound is everything to me. I just will spend money to get a beautiful sound. Sound is everything. If it doesn't sound good, I don't care. If it doesn't sound sweet to you, guitar in your hand and it has, the strings are a little dead. It's got a different sound that, and it's very difficult because it's such a subtle thing and it deteriorates over time. But I would say if you haven't taken your guitars over to a guitar center and said just change out all these strings, I like flat round wound strings. They just sound mellow to me, and they sound jazzy to me. Now, I won't do it today, but if I put on a song with a different rhythm, if it was more upbeat, and we'd be talking a different kind of thing. But the same principle will apply. What we're trying to do, we don't want this. Nobody is going to sing that. Nobody is going to sing that since nobody. So you need to do that to learn the. But now we are transitioning. Think of your guitar like a singer, and now make it sing melodies. Na 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 na. Sing it. Da da da. La da dee dee. Also, melodies typically don't do very many beats. Every now and then they do. So you'll rarely have to play things like, now that sounds like Over the Rainbow. That's a big old octave lead. But you should be able to do that. But for most of the time, you're going to be dealing stepwise or in thirds or seconds or something like that. forget there's things that we can do on the guitar that just make us piano players weak. We can't do it on the piano. Now that little, I slid out, slid back in. You don't think that little thing adds to the music? Now this is more getting into technique and technical, but you got that in your pocket that you can do vibrato, you can do hammer-ons, you can do hammer-offs, you can do slides. This is guitar stuff. So you don't want to throw that away. And you want crisp, responsive strings that give you the sound that you want. All right. Pick you a nice backing track of a whole song. Feel the mood of it, and see if you can create a melody out of that. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about that, and I'll talk to you on Thursday. Take care. Bye bye.